What's up, guys? This is Mike Laris, going to be doing a little bit of an educational analysis kind of video pertaining to the laning phase. There was a post on our Learn Dota 2 made by this guy, Mata from SF, whatever his Reddit name is. Wanted to know why he ended up losing this lane in this particular game. So we're going to be taking at this laning phase with these two heroes and the opponents from the other team to figure out why they in fact lost this lane. First of all, we'll take a look at the lanes in general, because a large part of why you lose lanes generally comes from deciding who you want to put in the lane. Windrunner and Luna, not a bad combination. They are both ranged heroes, which means that they will be able to poke and prod the enemy team pretty easily. So this in a vacuum is decent. A support Windrunner is not exactly the best support hero, but it's decent enough. And then, of course, they both get the benefit from Lunar Blessing, so easy poke damage, easy harassment, easy life. But, of course, by putting both of the range heroes in the bottom lane, that's going to kind of make the rest of the team pretty sad. I imagine it should be like an Omni Knight Juggernaut top lane and a Tusk solo mid. But, they put both of their ranged assets into one lane, and that's generally not what you want to do. You want to, especially in these normal bracket games, when the lanes are generally going to be 2-1-2, as you can see the Dire team already kind of shaping that up. You want to have at least some range in every lane, even if it's like a hard carry like Medusa, because once you have a ranged hero in the lane, you have some sort of lane control. I mean, there are heroes like Juggernaut, there are heroes that like Centaur and Tiny that could assert some sort of lane control without actually poking the hero, but that's very bursty. You assert lane control in small bursts. You spend a lot of mana to do so. You generally trade hits a lot, so it's not the best. So in the context of the team, the laning isn't the best, but just in a vacuum, it should be all right. We're going to be watching Navy and Mata from SF. We do have a Luna starting off with a Stout Shield. I don't really like this. Stout Shield on range heroes, in my opinion, just isn't that spectacular. Like 10 damage blocks, so what? It's not that significant. I much rather prefer getting, if you want a survivability item on a hero like Luna or any ranged hero, just go for a Ring of Protection. It's a little bit cheaper, which, I mean, the gold doesn't really make that much of a difference, but it's, more importantly, you could build it up into Ring of Basilius, and if you choose Ring of Aquila, and it will give you about the same amount of effective HP as a ranged Stout Shield, so just keep that in mind in your games. If we take a look at the Windrunner's starting items, I guess the Windrunner bought the Courier. You can't, well, I'm going to assume the Windrunner bought the Courier, so good job buying the Courier. She did take Power Shot at level 1. Well, for any hero that has any sort of escape ever, you want to hold on to your first skill point until you can really assess what's going on in your lane. Because there's nothing worse than getting killed level 1 as a Queen of Pain because you decide to level up Shadow Strike, and then all of a sudden 4 heroes come out of nowhere and they're all hasted and all have double damage and then they kill you. So you generally do, let's actually put this clock up. You generally do want to hold on to your escapes, although in this game it's not going to look like it will matter too much. They are going to be going up against Gyrocopter, who decided to get a very, very early Magic Stick. Don't really like that too much. Opening it with Flat Cannon, it's going to force a couple of restoratives out, but between the damage output of these two heroes, they should be able to secure not only a lot of CS, but a lot of poke damage back on these heroes. So we'll see how much harassment and creep kills these two heroes can get. However, they did take up quite a bit of damage from that wave and actually didn't get a single creep kill. So step 1 to winning your lane, get CS. Poking the Bloodseeker is a pretty good idea, and Bloodseeker in most cases is a pretty well-sustained hero, but there's a lot of base damage from the Windrunner and Luna right now. So it's going to be very difficult for the Bloodseeker to really stay in this lane, assuming this lane is played correctly, although Navy not really doing the best job at last hitting. No one in this lane really doing a great job at last hitting. So I guess the fact that the Radiant team isn't getting last hits doesn't really factor in, because it's a moot point. It's 1-1, 0-0 rather, on the last hitting. Mata from SF constantly drawing the creep aggro to get points of damage onto this Gyrocopter. If he wants to do that, then you should probably hang around over here. Navy should have a Lucent Beam to kind of cover him, a little bit of a mini stun. Yeah, you generally don't want to harass the enemy hero right in the middle of the wave. You want to go to the side so that the creeps could actually, like this, just issuing attack commands will pull the creeps at you if you're in the middle of the wave. If you're on the side, then they will come at you, yes, but you will be able to maneuver around them somewhat. And that would be a perfect opportunity to harass back, but Mata just chilled there, which isn't exactly what you want to do. Pertaining to the casting of power shots, generally power shots are spamming any sort of AoE spell in the lane, whether it be the Crypt Swarm or a Dragon Slave or a power shot. The rule, or I guess rule of thumb, is pretty much as followed. You want to cast a spell if you get a creep kill out of it. If you don't get a creep kill out of it, it's a creep kill or hero kill. I mean, obviously you cast the spell if you get a hero kill, right? It should be a no-brainer. You want to get a creep kill or something out of it. If you hit a creep kill, that's it. Don't cast it. If you get a creep kill and a hero hit with it, then it's worth it. Of course, creep kill on 2 heroes is worth it as well, but you generally want to hold those spells because they do push your lane out. You can see the wave now pretty far away from the tower. Oh, that's a kill, that's a kill! Why you no kill? That is the easiest kill of all time. They could even go super aggressive on the gyrocopter right now, but Navy and Mata from SF, they're playing rather passively in this lane. This is really not the way that they should be laning this. I guess they are kind of a little bit weak because of the flat cannon harass, but going super aggressive right now with the base damage that they have and the just the kit of their heroes, they could go aggressive and get easy kills on these 2 heroes. Like 200 HP on this gyrocopter, that's 1 Lucent Beam and a couple of right clicks. But loosen him, come on! Shackle Shot's gonna land. This should be first blood right here, unless Navy royally screws up. Looks like he might royally screw up. He's gonna run straight into the flag. Yeah, that was not how that was supposed to be. They definitely are lacking a little bit of coordination. Now Windrunner's probably gonna get herself killed as well because Rocket Barrage is a pretty damn good spell. So yeah, both of our Radiant heroes severely underestimating rather the power of Rocket Barrage. If they just went if they went at the same time, Lucent Beam into like 3 right clicks, that would have been the death of the gyrocopter. Magic Stick charges or not, there's no way he would have escaped that. But because they didn't go at the same time, that gave David-kun a lot of time to fall back and make this little bit of a juking spot in the trees, and of course get the damage out from Rocket Barrage. So right off the bat we have, or I guess not right off the bat, but that's not exactly going to help the Radiant heroes in this case. They really have to be more decisive as to when they're going to be aggressive, because running in one at a time like that, I mean, that's what putties do in Power Rangers. That's not what you want to do. So yeah, if you're going to go aggressive, make sure you coordinate with your teammates, just like ping 3 times, something like that, and then fire off some spells. But running in one at a time versus Rocket Barrage, that will get you killed, and that did get them killed. So that's going to put them pretty far behind in this lane. However, still, with the Lunar Blessing, they should be able to recover just because of the amount of chip damage they could put out, especially onto the Gyrocopter, who now just have Power Tread, so it's going to be dangerous. And Luna should be fine from this, actually. Just salve up and, well, don't get close. You don't want to get hit by flat cannon, that is a bad idea. Yeah, they're not, just definitely being way too passive, I would say, in this particular lane. And they have so much base damage coming out from this Lunar Blessing. And then combine that with a couple right clicks. That, if Mata from SF wasn't all the way back here, that could have been a kill on the Gyrocopter right there. So never underestimate the power of having 2 range heroes. Oh, that's also not what you want to do. Never underestimate the power of having 2 range heroes and some sort of disable in the lane. You can see right there, Navy wanted the kill, but unfortunately the Windrunner, once again, a little bit too far behind. And on top of that, they are missing quite a bit of CS. We have 11 for 5 and 12 for 0 versus a 10-2 and a 1-0. So the base damage from these heroes is definitely going to waste in a lot of respects. Navy's, patrolling, trying to get the creep kills, but just taking constant chip damage. They could go for a decisive kill right now. It will be risky, especially with the Bloodseeker now coming in. So Corey is going to bring in some boots, and Mata from SF chilling at way too low on HP. He should die, and Navy, oh, this miscommunication of a lifetime. Navy actually might slip by without, no, okay, no. We have an Outworld Devourer coming out of nowhere. Navy going to try to give Gyrocopter the workaround, but once again, that's not going to work. It's okay, chilling there at low HP, it's a bad idea. What are you doing there? Staying there at low HP is a bad idea, because Bloodseeker does have the thirst. He will see you, so you can't play that I'm going to hide in the fog of war kind of game. So he will see you, and you won't be able to escape, really, assuming the Bloodseeker actually does have a correct skill build. So at this point, I would say the lane is pretty much lost. They are vastly under-leveled. They are going to go up against a Rupture, Silence, as well as a Call Down. Yeah, as well as the Call Down. So level 6 versus level 4, level 4. The lane is at this point lost, and in order to regain it, they have to find kills like this on a very high level hero. although they are not capable of doing so because this high-level hero has a double damage rune. Win run! Win run! That would have not been a kill, but it would have made you survive longer. And yeah, so this lane is for sure lost at this point. The only way that they could recover is if they could take advantage of, you know, a little bit of over-aggressiveness from the other team. If they dive a tower or something like that and have a couple of teleportation support or mid-lane support from the Tusk. But yeah, there's nothing that these two heroes could do anymore just by themselves. They will die every single time, because every single time the Rupture is up, every single time someone gets silenced, and if they get hit by a single call-down missile, that's it. So at this point, the lane is completely lost. What they could have done better in order to prevent this, I think number one is be more aggressive. You have two ranged heroes, you have the Lunar Blessing, and you have a very, very soft set of heroes on the other end. You could use your huge base damage to secure the last hits and denies from the Bloodseeker. This is not what you want to do to get back into this lane. They remember what happened last time, or they should. So yeah, they should have been more aggressive. They should have also been more decisive with the engagements that they were going to pick. Just going, what are you doing, man? That's not the right way. They should have just, you know, gone for the Luna, or gone for the Gyrocopter, and then made the decision, and then acted on that decision at the same time. Because once you do that, then you could actually get the kill. Because this guy, before he got his power treads and magic wand at least, he was extremely, extremely soft. But now it's definitely too late. So yeah, making those decisions and making sure you act on them decisively is going to put you at an advantage in the lane, especially when you do have two ranged heroes versus a ranged hero and a melee hero. So yeah, in summary, be very decisive, know how much damage your heroes can put out, go at the same time when your lane partner decides to start some shit, and outlast hit the opponents, although that particular lane no one really got last hits at all. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut the video out here. Looks like this game is going to pretty much be a steamroll from here on out. Let's just take a quick look at, yeah, I think I'm right. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope you, Mata from SF, learned a little bit of something as well as, I hope Navy learned something as well from this entire thing. So that's going to be it. And if you guys did learn something, if you found this useful, please let me know so I could possibly do some more of these things in the future. If not, then I won't. So yeah, so make sure you leave your comments and, you know, all that good stuff. As for me, that's it. So I'm going to go play some games now. GG. Let's take a look at the score screen, actually. The Ancient's gone, guys. Jesus, that is some efficient fountain farming right there. 51 kills. Not bad. Alright, there you go. GG.